Hey guys, welcome to the arcade and thank you very much for joining me. So, taking a look at Arcade 1 Up, they have been very silent since the end of last year. There's not been a lot of information coming out from them. They've done a couple of ad campaigns for their Infinity game table, but when it comes to their bread and butter, the arcade machines themselves, they haven't really done an awful lot. There's been nothing new, and the community has been very vocal about wanting to see something from them. Well, maybe we're going to get something, although I'm not entirely sure how well received it's going to be. So there was a leak a couple of days ago over Valentine's Day, whereby a new look Arcade 1 Up Deluxe Cabinet was seen, and it's X-Men branded, but it's not what you kind of would expect, I suppose. It was captured by a Twitter or an X user, Wario64, so he was able to grab some of the pictures. They actually leaked it onto their own website, arcade1up.com. Wario64 was able to grab as many of the assets that he could. So we'll take a little look at it here. So this is the cabinet that we're talking about, and if you're not able to tell, this is an Arcade 1 Up Deluxe Marvel vs. Capcom 2 cabinet, but it is branded, and you can see down the bottom there, X-Men 97. I'll come into that in a little bit. So I know a lot of people have been wanting a deluxe cabinet of Marvel vs. Capcom 2, so this might be something that will appeal to a few people. I've got my 3/4 scale one back there, which I absolutely love. There's no need for me to update to this one. I'm not a great fan of the artwork, I will be perfectly honest. It's got the same games that you had on the 3/4 scale, so no difference there. It's just in the new form factor. Now, it does look alright-ish from the front. The marquee is okay. I would question that black, whether or not that's going to look well under the when it's lit up. I'm not a fan of the Wolverine on the front. Honestly, I don't know why you would brand a Marvel vs. Capcom 2 with X-Men. I can see what they're doing. So to come back to the X-Men 97, Disney is actually reviving the 1997 X-Men cartoon. Any of fans out there would remember the cartoon was actually cancelled years ago. Now what Disney is doing is bringing it back onto their streaming site. We're going to continue the story, but it's going to be the animation style will be as it was before. We'll have the same characters. We're just going to, I don't know, finish the story possibly. I'm excited for this. This looks pretty cool. I was a big fan of the X-Men cartoon back in the day. It was one of my my favorites, or Saturday morning cartoons that I used to watch. Big disappointment when we never got anything that you would consider a proper ending. So this is going to be really cool to see. With regards to it being a branded Marvel vs. Capcom 2 arcade cabinet, I don't really see the point. And honestly, I do think that Arcade 1 Up have been asleep at the wheel for a while. I mean, just yesterday, which would be February 15th, we got a happy Valentine's Day email from Arcade 1 Up. A day late. So they can't even send out emails on the right day. I mean, I'm questioning who's driving that business at the moment. I do think they're asleep at the wheel. Putting that aside, concentrating on the cabinet, the artwork, it's fine, but I think it's on the wrong cabinet. I would have done this on the proper X-Men cabinet and re-released that. I wouldn't have put it on to Marvel vs. Capcom. I know it's a good cabinet, but I think the market is saturated with it. We've had a couple of variants already of Marvel vs. Capcom. You know, we've had the original, which is still on sale and goes on, gets knocked down in price quite regularly. It's actually on sale on Amazon at the moment. We have had the Kith variant of Marvel vs. Capcom 2. Now this was a 3/4 style cabinet, as you can see with the riser here. I wasn't a fan of this artwork on it either. I kind of do like the artwork that they've got for the original cabinet, so I'm happy enough with that. The cabinet looks decent enough, I suppose. It's a deluxe, but for me, if I was going for a deluxe one, unless I was just an absolute huge fan of X-Men and didn't care what cabinet it was on, I would prefer the artwork that was on the original 3/4 scale. I do like it. It's not appealing to me. And yes, I know there are a number of sort of X-Men titles on this game, although these two here just, they're worth a single play, and then that's it. But there we have it. I mean, what do you guys think? Is this something that's going to appeal to the masses? Have you been waiting on a deluxe Marvel vs. Capcom 2, and is this going to make you pull the trigger? It's not out for pre-order or anything like that. Like I say, this was a leak that appeared on Arcade1Up's website. But now that Disney have released their trailers for X-Men 97, it will probably go back up and we'll see some more information about cost and pre-orders and things like that. But it's probably going to go on for the same sort of price strategy that they have for their other deluxe ones. So I would edge around that for now. But let me know, what do you guys think? Is this something that is this a good move for Arcade1Up? Obviously they've got some sort of relationship now with Disney. This has probably been something that they had arranged when they got the license for Marvel vs. Capcom 2. And I guess it's good that we're seeing a new-ish cabinet come out, although it is a rehash. This is kind of what we expected, that we would see rehashes of the 3/4 scale cabinets done in the deluxe form factor, and here's one coming out. It's not something that I'm going to pick up. Like I say, I have my 3/4 scale one behind me and I love it. I'm not going to spend extra money to get a deluxe version. I actually haven't got any deluxe versions yet because, well, they're expensive, and the one I want is Mortal Kombat and they haven't released it over here. So let me know what you guys think in the comments below. I'd love to know your thoughts on what you think of this announcement or leak from Arcade1Up. Are you excited about it? Could you care less? I'd love to hear your thoughts. Anyway guys, thank you very much for joining me today, and I will see you again very soon. Bye bye for now.